Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Richie from Boston. It's the 20th of August in the year 2020. And I unsuccessfully went to the mountain last night to try to get video of the owl, number one, and then the stars, number two. But sadly, since I started to try to do that, there's been no sky at night and the owl didn't show up. So once again, I'm heading up the mountain tonight to get video of an owl because I don't know why. I'm fascinated by them. It helps people tie me to the Illuminati. You know, the Illuminati that has no healthcare, dental, etc. But I keep doing it. I've got some information from subscribers that I want to share because I think it's fairly important. But first, and I'm never going to stop saying this, order this while you can. Straight up and down, period. I literally went to a store here in Wyoming to get a bottle of carrot juice. Not just carrot juice, but some other stuff. But there's stuff there that's called carrot juice that I found last time, and I loved it. Well, it's gone from $5 3 months ago to $9 now. They're going to kill the food supply, and they're just going to keep jacking it up and turning and twisting the screws. No two ways about it. You can't miss it. It's happening everywhere. So order if you can. Get it elsewhere if you can. Just do something and make sure that in the amount of time that we have, one way or the other, if they decide to pull the food, especially on the east and west coasts, you have something to sustain yourself. You don't want to be hungry. At any rate, Mimi Praise just sent me this link right here. And this is from 14 hours ago, and it says Florida's going to release genetically modified mosquitoes. Detractors blast Jurassic Park experiment. It's strange because if you read this, local authorities on Tuesday gave final approval to release 750 million genetically modified mosquitoes in the Keys over a 2-year period. Stand by. Mike Decker's outside with a chainsaw. Okay, so I just went outside and asked Mike if he could wait a few minutes with the chainsaw. This dude is one of the hardest working people I've ever met. He's an American patriot. He loves animals. His house looks like the Garden of Eden, surrounded by sunflowers and green grass and all this other stuff. And both of us are single by our own choosing. Imagine that. Imagine that. You believe so much in what you say. If you're not trying to get married or have children, why bother? It sucks. I eat ice cream instead, so you can make fat jokes all you want. I don't care. I'm not that sensitive. At any rate, 750 million genetically modified mosquitoes over a 2-year period starting in 2021. Well, that tells me that they've already been doing it. You know what I'm saying? It's a perfect, phenomenal way to spread a virus or a disease or a pandemic. And it's funny because it says the advocacy groups are saying, with all the urgent crises facing our nation and the state of Florida, COVID-19, pandemic, racial injustice, climate change, their main concern is this. Well, their main concern is to keep this going. And these will be an enormous part of it. Let me explain something to you. I'm from the city. I have skin like a girl. You know what I'm saying? I use DEET. Slather it on. But it causes, I don't care if it causes, I don't care if it's GMO. At this stage of the game, with all the chemicals that we've been inhaling from the chemtrails that nobody seemed to care about for the last decade, we were making videos trying to warn you, from all the additives they put in the water, from everything in the food, even organic food, protect yourself from mosquitoes. I am telling you, even if you live down south, protect yourself because they're showing you their hand. This ain't good. This ain't good whatsoever at all. But it's a phenomenal way to spread the pandemic, the one that's not spreading now. And this, use DEET and use a water filter, because if they're saying this, I've looked, I haven't found any blowback articles where other experts blast this guy for saying things like this, putting morality pills in the water in order to alter the behavior of those skeptical of lockdown regulations. So some people don't want to be locked in their house like children on earth where they live because other people say you have to lock in a house. So we're going to put psilocybin mushrooms and make them all trip. That's insane. But In jails in 50s, 60s, and 70s, these guys did nothing but unbelievable tests with psychedelics and how to control masses with psychedelics. They could make everyone start tripping for real on psychedelics, and then they could literally steer the entire thing. Imagine everybody tripping on drugs. Half the country's armed, half the country. It would be insane. Filter your water. Like I said, on Jailbreak Overland, there's a whole video on a thing that costs like $20 and it will filter it. Or get a big Berkey if you can. I'm just telling you. Right here on my other YouTube channel, Jailbreak Overlander, I put this up almost a year ago, but it's the simplest, cheapest water filter for under $20. Got a lot of views, but it should have more. And in case you're not familiar with this channel, this is what I do when you don't see me. And some people started saying, geez, I wish I could do what you do, blah, 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 etc. So I started making videos. You want to see an epic video? This was literally, when I made this video, I considered this my magnum opus. This video would be the last video. If it was the last video I ever made, I would be happy. And it came out pretty amazing. If you haven't seen it, you probably might want to see this. A lot of people have watched this since I posted it a couple of weeks ago. But it is 13,000 feet in the Rocky Mountains. And I'm going to show you what it looks like to drive my truck through the Rocky Mountains by yourself. And I pretty much, I think I nailed it. At any rate, watch it or don't. It doesn't matter. But filter your water. They have warned you. Like I said, I can't find any experts blasting this guy saying, who would ever say that we're going to put psychedelic drugs in the water to get people to be compliant? That's insane. That's utterly insane. Fluoride is bad enough. It's made people have the attention span of hummingbirds and made most people autistic, Alzheimer's, or just plain dumb. You know what I'm saying? So beware, because this is them telling you, as many times as myself and Dr. Kaufman and Dr. Tenpenny and all the other experts and MDs that came out and said a virus could not be spread airborne. It can be spread by the proboscis or the nose that a mosquito has. Do you see what I'm saying? Without a doubt. That is so creepy. Get out of here. Nice, nice. Look at all these fun little things, right? Speaking of Dr. Kaufman, there's a YouTube channel I was unfamiliar with, but it's called, well, that's probably why the name kind of would throw me, but I subscribed. And she's a friend of Dr. Kaufman's. And this video right here that's 21 minutes and 15 seconds long, I don't know if it's bombshell because we've already gone over this ad nauseum, but it's evidence that shows what they're telling us is a pandemic is literally simply something that's already in your blood. It's part of you. It actually fights off diseases. But the powers that be are trying to convince everyone that this and this are two separate things. You're going to want to watch this video. I'll link it in the comments below. Long story short, what they're claiming is the COVID virus in your blood is something that all of us have anyways, and it actually fights off viruses. How diabolical is that? You see what I'm saying? But that's what these people do. So why is anybody whatsoever at all in any way surprised? Long story short, wear deep. If you're going outside, cover yourself with mosquito repellent everywhere. Don't be afraid, but cover yourself. They're telling you. And filter your water. Because these MFers saying this, dude, they've been putting fluoride in our water forever, which is not a natural compound. Fluoride is from companies like Alcoa, processing aluminum, and the byproduct or hazardous waste is fluoride, and they trick people into thinking we should be drinking it. It's amazing. At any rate, excuse me, links will be below. Richie from Boston, and I am out.